Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a video on my Steam Deck. In the games I've been playing, I've just got back from holiday, went away for a week, played some Steam Deck on the way there, on the way back, and just in general want to show you guys what I've been playing on the Steam Deck. There's some new games, there's some old games, and just generally had a great time playing the Steam Deck recently. Something kind of invigorated my fun with the Steam Deck back in again, you know. So been really enjoying playing the Steam Deck again. I kind of went off on one and was kind of streaming from home. Messed about with that for a month, played Star Wars Jedi Survivor, really had a great time. And then went away and was planning on just downloading a load of games on the Steam Deck because I do love traveling with the Steam Deck. I don't often travel really far, so I never really get the chance to take it out and about. So when I do, I definitely make the most of it. I used my kill switch case from D-Brand, really cool, not sponsored or anything, but just a super cool shell to put on the Steam Deck and protect it. And it kind of like doesn't take up too much space. I know you can get really thin cases now for the Steam Deck. Looking back and looking at the old Steam Deck case, that huge behemoth case, you could just not transport that very well at all. It kind of sucks, to be fair. Great for protection, but for portability purposes, it made the whole unit huge. Anyway, so yeah, the Steam Deck kill switch case was great for traveling with, and some games I was playing, had a real good time. Booted up Hades 2, of course, had to jump on the hype train with Hades 2. Love Hades 1, not actually finished it. I've done so many runs, but maybe I just need to get good because I could never make it past the Minotaur. I think I beat the Minotaur once, and then I don't know if you have to fight him twice in that one level. And yeah, it's for some reason I just don't have the correct build, and I never seem to build the right kind of. I kind of just play it without doing too much research on it, and I'm just loving the whole lore and just everything to do with Hades and just going through it and the fun combat. And by the time I've put like 3 runs in, I don't really want to play anymore, you know. So like, it's just a game that I come back to every now and again. And when I saw Hades 2 come out, I know it's based on a different kind of lore aspects within the same universe of Greek mythology, and obviously you're taking on Kronos, who's the Titan of time, which is super sick because I really do love time elements and things, and rewinding of time, going into the future, that kind of stuff. So that really spoke to me. Know nothing about Melandria, or I think that's her name. Apologies if that is not right, but yeah, I really liked her kind of take on it. It's very witchcraft-esque and very like spellbook kind of stuff, and I really like that. And the color scheme difference to more like the blue and green rather than the red of Hades in the original one with Zagreus, I think he's called. But yeah, I love the tone shift. It was very cool, and played at least about an hour and a half of that throughout the flight and just hopping in and out. Same as Hades with me, I'm only going to jump in and do a few runs at a time. I'm never the kind of guy to just solo the game, you know, because after a few runs it kind of gets a little bit repetitive, but not to the point where I don't enjoy it. I still love the game and everything about it, but like for me, it's just a game I like to play in bite-sized chunks. But yeah, Hades 2 has been so fun. Really enjoyed just jumping back into Hades' world. And to be fair, I can't really talk that much because I not even finished the first game, so there's so much more that I'm missing in that. But I think that me playing Hades 2 has kind of really wanted me to kind of finish Hades 1, so I'm going to jump back in that and see if I can do some more. But playing it at 90 FPS on the OLED looks so good. The optimization is just unreal. To say that this game is not even finished and they're adding more content to it and it's early access, and the amount of work that went into it to make it optimized as it is on the Steam Deck, it's just literally the Steam Deck game to play at the minute. Hades 2, hands down, so good. I know Ghost of Tsushima is coming out on Steam today, as I record this, on the 16th of May. Apparently it's supposed to be really optimized for the Steam Deck. We'll see, but I don't really like playing AAA titles on my Steam Deck. I mostly just reserve it for the indies and the old school ones. So for me, probably won't be playing Ghost of Tsushima, but it's super amazing to see if it is playable. That is an option to play handheld is super sick. Anyway, moving on to a few more games I've been playing. Next game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. I really enjoy playing this, and this kind of brings me back to another amazing feature that Steam brought in recently with the Steam Families library. Me and my two friends love Steam, and we have such big libraries, and the fact that we can all join a family together, technically we don't live in the same house, but I consider them my family, right? In that kind of sense. But yeah, I'm sure everybody's doing the same thing. The fact that you can just join all your libraries together and have access to so many games now is so cool. Had to jump into the beta on Steam Deck in order to enable that feature, and then I had a few issues with Decky not displaying stuff, so had to then put that into testing mode in beta. Anyway, long story short, got all my friends' library on mine now, and we kind of share games, and then I'll ask him if he's picked anything up recently, and then vice versa. Like, I just bought Hades 2, so I'm sure he can enjoy that. And then it's super fun the way that we can just share games now. And yeah, it's such an underrated feature. If you haven't heard about Steam Family Sharing and you have friends with Steam accounts, check it out, because you can actually essentially just unlock hundreds of games. You can't play them at the same time. The way it works is if one of you earns one, like, let's say I've just bought Hades 2, right, and my friend wants to play it, and I'm currently playing it, he can't play it because there's technically only one of them in the library. So he'd have to wait till I finish playing, and then he could hop in, and vice versa. But to me, that isn't a big deal, because we've both got so many big libraries and we're playing so different games that the odds of us playing the same game at the same time is very minimal. So it's so good to be able to just connect the libraries together like that. Super sick feature. But brings me back to Tony Hawk, because he owns Tony Hawk. I haven't actually bought it on a Steam Deck or Steam in general, and I was super intrigued to see how it ran, and it's so good. It not only does it run at 60 FPS clean, once you put the TDP up to like 11 or 12 and you run it at like medium to high settings, you can get HDR out of this. And the HDR with max brightness on the Steam Deck OLED, it makes the game look so good. The sky and the contrast is so, like, it's so like obvious, like when you turn it on, like the sky and everything, the contrast just kind of sorts itself out and everything looks so realistic. But having a super fun time. And I'm not even massively like nostalgic for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I just love the arcadey feel of it, and that's coming from like a lifelong Skate fan. I love Skate, super buzzing for the next one to come out. But the fact that we can now jump on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on the Steam Deck on the go, and it looks so good. I'm just hopping in and out of this all the time. Again, just another Hades kind of game for me. Like, I'll do a few runs on the shopping mall level, or I'll do a few runs on the school grounds level. And as you can see from the footage, I'm probably not the best ever at chaining combos together, but I do love collecting all the collectibles in the level and just generally playing a skateboarding game. Super love skateboarding games, but like I say, more of a Skate fan over Tony Hawk's. So buzzing to see the new Skate come out, hopefully in the next year or so, and then we'll see if that runs on the Steam Deck. But yeah, that is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Another game I've been loving playing, connected from my friend's library, is Dead Space 2. So Dead Space 1 Remaster, I've been playing that on my Xbox and a bit of game streaming. If you saw my game streaming video, you'll have seen that Dead Space 1 runs really well and it looks amazing on my tablet streaming setup. But Dead Space 2 is not optimized, it is optimized very well, but like, it is optimized super well. But the problem with Dead Space 2 is it's such an old game now that it just runs perfectly on the Steam Deck, so streaming it to a tablet just seems a bit silly for me. So yeah, been playing Dead Space 2, runs at 90 FPS on the Steam Deck OLED, and it looks so good. The black levels in this game it's just super dark, and you've got the blue suit and just everything contrasts so well. And Isaac is such a messed up character at this point in the story. It's super schizophrenic. The ghosts and stuff and the necromorphs, you just completely just in this, I don't know if you're still in the Ishimura or if that was just the first game, but like just the whole isolated atmosphere is super scary. The necromorphs are just so well designed, and probably, in my point of view, the scariest alien designs, because essentially they're humans that have been just infected with these alien kind of, I want to say symbiotes because that's Spider-Man, but you know what I mean, like alien kind of biology, and it's just like their arms are ripping out of their bodies, and like they've just got claws, but it's still a human head, and it's just, yeah, super visceral and scary looking. And a game that stuck with me for a long time, so playing it again on the Steam Deck, so good. The combat is so fun. The plasma cutter, the fact that you can change from vertical to horizontal to cut the limbs off the enemies, and then you can rip the limbs off and use it as like a projectile now. So fun. Yeah, such a great game, and works perfectly on the OLED, and I think I get around 5 hours of battery life from it, so can't go wrong, man. Dead Space 2, such a good game. If you love horror games, if you love sci-fi games, it's just a no-brainer. And a couple more games I've been playing. I've just watched the Fallout TV show. Absolutely loved it. Fallout is a lifelong favourite of mine as far as games go. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you'll have seen that I've played Fallout quite a long time going through the channel. And the amount of playthroughs I've done on New Vegas is just, it's just not even funny. Like, I just replay that game every other month or so. So, not all the way through, I just mostly pick up and play. But I've been trying to play the DLC, because I haven't really played the DLC that much. So going through like Old World Blues and just a couple more of the DLCs. Having a character that actually is the right level to play the DLCs, I can't just hop back into an older save. Granted, I had to make sure I got the mods back, otherwise it would have messed up the save and that, but I only really run a few mods anyway. So yeah, playing Fallout New Vegas has been super fun to play on the OLED. Plays so well. Again, it's one of them games that just, you know, it's going to run really well, and having it portable is so good. And yeah, like I say, the game, the show has just kind of made me want to play the game again. And Fallout 4's new update for the Steam Deck apparently makes it run a lot nicer and smoother. Apparently it has a weird bug with the OLED version where you need to like do some console commands in order to get it run properly, because on the LCD version of the Steam Deck it only runs at 60, and apparently that's way more smoother. And on the 90 FPS or the 90 Hertz OLED panel, you need to do a bit of tinkering to get it working, but apparently it runs a lot better now, so that's cool. Fallout 4 was never a massively great optimized PC game. It always had bugs and it chugged in certain areas. But as far as I go with playing it on the Steam Deck, I'm not massively fussed, but it's good to know that it runs a lot smoother now, so that's very cool to keep in mind. And then just one more game I've been playing is Nier Automata, or Nier Automata, or whatever it's called. It's a Platinum Games game, I think. So the guys who did Bayonetta 1 and 2 and Astral Chain for Switch. Super, really unique. I did not expect it to have such unique gameplay. It's got like, it shifts in gameplay so often. I've just done I'm guessing it's like the prologue where you go through the first stage. You're essentially an android and you're put on this basic, apologies for this because I know nothing of the story, I was just enjoying the combat so much. But yeah, you're on this like wasteland planet to start with, and then you're shifting from being in a aeroplane, so you've got like this gun hell combat, I forget what the name of it, like bullet hell, that's it. And you've got like bullet hell kind of combat style, and then it shifts all of a sudden into 3D style, and then you're doing like third person action hack and slash like Platinum Games is known for. And what caught off guard for me is just the shift in gameplay. Like, it keeps you on the edge of your toes. You don't know what kind of gameplay you're going to get next, whether it's going to go 2D, 3D, top down. Like, it's just such a massive combination of just different styles, which is so cool. And the combat is so clean. It runs on the Steam Deck perfectly. And yeah, I've been super enjoying Nier Automata. So those were a few games I've been playing recently, guys. Like I say, the Steam Deck, I absolutely love it. As you can see from the gameplay, yeah, the games are really fun. If you guys want to recommend some games you've been playing in the comments below, I'll check them out definitely. A game I've kind of wanted to get onto is Balantra. I've got it downloaded here, played it. I do really like card games, but poker, I'm not a massively big into poker guy. I've always wanted to get into it. It's just the card suits, kind of like remembering the different royal flush, the flush, all that kind of stuff, is quite a big thing to remember when you start playing it. So maybe I'll get into that a bit more and play some Balantra. So yeah, like I say, guys, let me know what you've been playing, and I hope you all have a great weekend and just a great day in general. And yeah, Nice to see you, and I'll speak to you guys soon.